step by step on business. That's on my mama, watch me spin on minute and split, now I can't feel it. We in the trap, we sold the city on my biddy. Take these diamonds off and show you how we lit it.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of For the Horn Podcast. I am your host, Dino. As you can see, my voice is a little messed up. You know, I lost my voice a little bit, but bear with me, y'all. I'm still here. I'm still ready to talk. With me, I got my boy Khalil.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
And I got my boy Day.
What's good?
You know, it's the first time all three of us been back on here together. We all had a lot of little things that we had to get done. I got college football. My boy Day had a vacation. So I'm happy to be back with the original group. We got some things to talk about. We're going to talk about the week 1 preview of the NFL, the 2023 season. Y'all know it's here. Started today. We also want to talk about the week 2 preview of the college football 2023 season. You know, we seen what happened in week 1. Me and Khalil touched base on that. But you know, it's a lot of spicy games coming up in week 2, so we can't wait to get into that too. We got UFC 293 that's coming up. We definitely gonna have to cover the main events for those. And at the end of the podcast, we have our top 10 quarterbacks going into the 2023 season to end that off. So, Day, you can kick it off with our week 1 previews.
All right, let's get into it. All right, week 1, man, is finally here. Obviously, the first game of the season right now is going on between the Chiefs and the Lions. All right, let's move on to the first game. Baltimore versus Houston. Who y'all got?
You're going Ravens, of course.
Baltimore.
I got Baltimore, obviously. All right, game number 2. Got Bengals versus Browns.
That's gonna be a good one. I'm not gonna lie. That's a great week 1 matchup. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm going with the Browns. I think the Browns gonna sneak away with it. Joe Burrow is not fully healthy. He doesn't even know what his status is for week 1 yet. So even if his status is to play, he's not gonna be on some healthy 100%. If you ask me, so I'm gonna go with the Browns.
I'm going with the Bengals. Joe Burrow's playing. He just got paid. He's playing.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals too. I mean, I feel like Burrow's gonna be fine. That receiving group is gonna be great for him. They ready to bounce back after last year. All right, game 3, Tampa Bay against Minnesota.
I got Minnesota.
I got the NFC North champions.
I got the Vikings as well. Just don't see Baker and them getting too much done, honestly. All right, next game, got Tennessee Titans versus New Orleans Saints.
I'm going with the Saints. I think the Saints take home the week 1 dub versus the Titans, who I feel like the Titans can compete, but I'm not really impressed with them as a team. I think the Saints is really impressive as far as what they was last year. So going with the Saints.
I mean, y'all already know who I'm rocking with. New Orleans all day, baby. I ain't gotta say too much.
For sure. I got the Saints too. Sadly, now let me stop. We got an NFC South matchup with the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta Falcons.
That's tough because they both trash. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm going with the Falcons. I'm going with the Falcons to take that away. Desmond Ritter's not the best quarterback, but I'm going with a quarterback that got a little NFL experience than Bryce Young, who might honestly die behind that O-line. So I don't feel like the Falcons is going to be that bad of a team that everybody thinks they are. I think they're the biggest threat to compete with the Saints in the division. So I'm going with the Falcons.
I'm going with the Falcons as well. They just got the better all-around roster, especially on the offensive side of the ball. They got a lot of weapons that's underrated within the NFL, and then they got the upgraded defense, adding Jesse Bates, stuff like that. So I'm going with the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Atlanta as well, man. I don't trust that Panthers O-line with Bryce Young behind there. Sadly, as much as good as Bryce Young is, I feel like he's gonna get decimated on Sunday. And like Khalil mentioned, that Falcons offense, they're sneaky good, honestly, in my opinion. They're underrated, very young, a lot of young players on that team, and they also improved the defense. So I think Arthur Smith and them boys gonna get a dub. Our next game, Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts, an AFC South matchup. Who y'all got?
I got the Jaguars in a blowout. I feel like Trevor Lawrence gonna come out. Remember, I said this week 1. Trevor Lawrence gonna throw for over 350.
I got the Jags as well. It's their division to lose. Anthony Richardson is not ready to compete as a starting quarterback without help, and he's not going to have that with Jonathan Taylor not being there.
Yeah, I got the Jags as well. I mean, it would be crazy to see an upset, though. Next game, got the San Francisco 49ers against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be a defensive gritty matchup.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the 49ers. I want to go with Pittsburgh though, but I'm gonna have to go with the 49ers. They just paid their boy. He's coming out ready to play. Yeah, 49. I'm taking the 49ers in week 1.
Taking Pittsburgh at home, get the job done. Especially Kenny Pickett, Najee Harris, George Pickens is looking good. You still got Deontay Johnson, and I don't even need to speak about that defense. You got TJ Watt healthy, and you know what TJ Watt healthy looks like. So I'm going with the Steelers.
I love that pick.
You know, it's crazy. I'm with Khalil on this one. I think the Steelers get an upset win. I think they get the upset win to week 1. I think they defend the home turf and they get that dub. Mike Tomlin, he gonna have the boys come out ready to play, man. I love George Pickens, Deontay Johnson. He got to get a little bit better, but he's solid. And now Kenny Pickett, I think year 2 is gonna be really special for him. We just got to see that he can put it all together. So I got the Pittsburgh. Next game by the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Commanders.
Washington by a long run. Not even that good of a team, but I mean, if there's a team right now that Sam Howell needs to show that he could play NFL football, go out there and at least show it there. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not going to be too much of an exciting game. I don't think it's going to be very fun to watch. So I'm going with Washington.
I'm going with Washington. I'm tripping. I'm going with Washington.
I was about to say,
Arizona don't have a quarterback, so Washington by 50.
No, they starting Josh Dobbs.
So Arizona don't have a starting quarterback, like I said. Anyway.
Yeah. No. Commanders by a long shot. I'm not gonna lie. Plus, I don't like Jonathan Gannon. All right, next game. Las Vegas Raiders. It's Denver Broncos.
I'm going with the Broncos. Sean Payton's first game back coaching. Now, if you look, man, Sean Payton's been coaching them hard, bro. He's been coaching them hard. I feel like they're gonna be ready to play. I feel like Sean, and he's gonna be the reason why. So I'm going with the week 1 dub for the Broncos.
I'm going with the Broncos. I don't think either team is that good, honestly. They both got their flaws. They both got very limited quarterbacks, but I think Broncos get it done in Sean Payton's debut.
I like the Broncos in this one as well. Like Khalil said, both of these teams are flawed. They need a lot of help on both sides of the ball. But I think Sean Payton, he comes out and get his dub in his first game as a Broncos head coach. I can just see it happen. All right, next game. I feel like this is one of the games of the week, in my opinion. Miami Dolphins versus Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers. I like what the Chargers got going on, man. I really feel like they're gonna come out ready to play, come out and shock some people. A lot of people gonna go with Miami because of what Miami got, but people be forgetting, bro, that Charger offense is even more dangerous than it was last year. And Miami's missing one of their biggest pieces at DB. So I feel like it's going to be an offensive slugfest, though. It's going to be a shootout. A lot of points going to be scored. I'm going with LA.
Going with Miami and that high-power offense that they got. Let's be real. Like, Miami, when Tua is healthy, is a hard team to beat. So I'm going with Miami in this one.
I like Miami as well. These guys, obviously, if two of them could stay healthy, man, this team, this offense is dangerous. I mean, they are missing Jalen Ramsey on defense, but this team still has a really good defense. They just got to put it all together. Hopefully they can this year. All right, next game. Got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Boston to face the New England Patriots.
I got the Eagles. Not about no blowout, though. Still got to respect Bill defense. But I got the Eagles. Nothing more to say.
Going with the Eagles as well. Patriots offense just don't have too many weapons on there to actually do anything to combat what Eagles have on defense. So I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah, I like Philly in this one as well. No bias. I just feel like, just like Khalil said, the Patriots offense, in my opinion, are underwhelming. It's all going to depend on what Mac Jones can do on that offense. Their defense, obviously, we know, just like Dino said, you cannot respect Bill Belichick and that defense. They're going to always ready to come out to play, no matter who they got on that defense. But still, I got Eagles winning. This game can be a trap game, though. This game can definitely be a trap game. So we're going to see what Philly can do. Can they carry it over? All right. Next game, got the Green Bay Packers traveling to Soldier Field to face Chicago Bears.
I like Chicago. I like the hype they having around them. I always like the pieces they brought in. I can't wait to see what Justin Fields does with his, newly vamped offense. Not the most, but it's vamped up enough for him to actually show that he could play quarterback in the NFL. So I feel like Justin Fields is gonna get it done at home.
I'm going with Green Bay. Jordan Love has been in the offense for 4 years. This is actually his 4th year within that offense. I think he's very serviceable as a quarterback. You still have one of the best running back duos in the NFL. And that defense is always going to be a very good defense. So I'm going with the Packers.
I named Christian Watson. Who he throwing the ball to?
Don't matter. They got a very good offensive line, and they got a very good head coach who know how to draw up plays. So I think they get it done.
I like the Green Bay Packers on the road as well. I'm not going to lie. I just feel like this game, this divisional game, obviously NFC North showdown, but I like those thought process as well in this. Like, this is 4th year in offense. I feel like Matt LaFleur could finally put it all together with Jordan Love. And I know, just like Dino said, who else he going through to? Besides Christian Watson, he got Romeo Dobbs, but don't forget about the running back duo in Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. So, an offensive line, like Khalil says, also pretty goddamn good. So, I like the Packers on the road in this one. All right, last game of the afternoon slate. We got the Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks.
I like the Seahawks. That's a team that I really feel like is actually going to be really good next year. They have a lot of great pieces, especially the young pieces. We talk about that defense all the time, man. That defense is great. But I feel like a big piece of that team is Geno Smith. If Geno Smith just has a season that he has last year, I'm not talking about having a big top 5 season or nothing like that. All I'm talking about is having the season that he had last year. I think they got something to roll with. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I like the Seahawks in this as long as Geno can get it done.
I'm going with the Seahawks. Rams are trash. They don't really have anything over there. I don't know why.
Sounding like Day right now. It sounded like Day right now.
They're trash. I've been telling y'all that all offseason they were trash. Y'all been trying to put some value on them.
They
trash.
bad.
They don't have an offensive line. They don't have nobody besides Aaron Donald on defense. They don't have Cooper Kupp. They're trash.
Yeah.
I got Seattle as well. I agree with Khalil. As of right now, they're trash. But don't count Matt Stafford out and don't count McVay out. It's still a divisional game, NFC West showdown. Maybe this might be a scrappy game, but I still got Seattle. I think Seattle can still win this by 10 or more. The odds right now is they're -5, so I'll say 10 or more for Seattle. All right, Sunday night football game, Dallas Cowboys, New York Football Giants, NFC East showdown.
I like Dallas. Dallas is another one of them teams that come in with a bunch of hype. Came in with a bunch of pieces off the offseason that they really put together. I've been saying it before. I do feel like this is the second best roster in the league. So, I feel like they're just going to go out in week 1 and show it. Got Michael Parsons getting like 3 sacks on that O-line.
I'm going with Rain Dakota Prescott and the Cowboys. Week 1 in New York. They get the job done for sure.
I like the Cowboys in this game as well. I just don't. I know I don't trust Daniel Jones, man, but we're gonna see. But I like the Cowboys winning this game. I feel like it's gonna be a close game though. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be a close game. All right, last game of week 1, Monday Night Football. Buffalo Bills traveling to MetLife to face the New York Jets.
I love this game. I'm gonna be honest. I love this one. This is gonna be a great Monday night. Great way to start my week. I'm going with the Bills. I'm going with the Bills in this one. Um, they was one of my teams that I felt was a little overhyped as far as everybody feeling like they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. I don't see it, but I like what the Bills got still. I still feel like they're gonna come out and play. And I honestly feel like the Jets is gonna have a kind of a slow start. I don't see them coming out firing. You need to in the division that they're in, but
Big time.
the Bills been firing. They've been firing for the last couple years. So I don't see anything else. They're gonna come out and they're gonna show why they're one of the best teams in the NFL right now.
I'm going with Buffalo as well. Reason being, though, the Buffalo Bills always look good to start the season. They always, just fire off on all cylinders on the beginning of the season. They usually fall off to the tail end. But to start the season, they're always one of the best teams in the league. You've seen what they started off with last year, the number that they put on LA. But I think they get the job done in New York this year as well.
Yeah, I like Buffalo too. Like Khalil said, Buffalo always starts off good, but then they fall and they face at the end of the year. And that's due to Josh Allen's inconsistencies starting from the middle of the year to the end of the year. I don't care what anyone says. I think Josh Allen's a bit overrated, but I digress. I feel like the Jets, I feel like they're going to start a little bit slow, just a tiny bit slow because this is a new team, it's a new offense. But I'm not counting the Jets out. I feel like this is going to be a very, very close game. Ladies and gentlemen, those are our week 1 picks of the NFL 2023 season. Football is finally here, like you said, man. We are very, very excited. Let's get it. Let us know in the comment section who y'all think the week 1 game of the week is going to be. Let us know who y'all think is going to surprisingly make an upset win in week 1. Let us know who y'all think is going to be the biggest disappointment of week 1. Let us know who y'all picks are for week 1. I want to hear from y'all as well. Trust me, we really do. We love interacting with y'all. We love talking to y'all. All right, moving into the next topic of the night. We're going to move into college football. We're going to talk about week 2, man. Week 1 was nuts. I mean, I was in Puerto Rico watching it. I think week 1 was very, very surprising. It was very exciting to watch, but we're moving on to week 2, man. Week 2 is already here. That's how you know time is flying. All right, so we're going to talk about 5 games for the college football season. And for week 2, we're going to kick it off. We're going to talk about, and I believe in all of our opinion, the week 2 game of the week. We're going to talk about Texas versus Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Who y'all got for this game?
I got Texas coming out with this one. Not going to lie, it's not going to be an easy game, especially traveling to Tuscaloosa. You don't really see, teams going to top 5 opponents and get a dub. But I think I've been on Texas this whole year. I have them making the college football playoffs, and this is going to be that big signature win for them to get into the college football playoffs. Jalen Milroe did have a good week 1, but I just don't think, once the competition level steps up, he is one of the top quarterbacks in the nation. And I feel like as long as Texas O-line tighten up off of the week 1, because they did not have a very good week 1, they tighten up some things on the offensive line this week. I think, Texas go out there, handle business, and Quinn Ewers have almost like a Johnny Manziel moment in Alabama.
See, I ain't gonna lie, I went back and forth so many times with this. Took me a minute to really figure out what I wanted to go with, because I didn't like what I seen week 1 out of Texas.
Exactly. Sure.
But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to go with Texas, man. I'm gonna still have to go with Texas. I really do feel like that team they was just getting started. I feel like they're gonna keep it rolling. Good week of practice, I had them good. They're going to Bama though. That's what scares me. It's not easy to play Saban in Alabama. I don't even know how many times Saban lost in Alabama, but I can count it on one hand. So it's gonna be a tough one, but I can see Texas pulling it out. I feel like they're gonna have a turnaround next week. I'm going with Texas.
Not gonna lie, I'm going against both of y'all. I think Alabama's winning this game. Like Khalil loves Texas. I think Texas might be back, but I'm just not fully confident in them, especially after week 1. I feel like they didn't look like themselves, like they were expected to be. They straight, but it's like I just going into Tuscaloosa at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Alabama's already the favorite. They have a 81% chance of winning this game, according to ESPN Analytics. They are the -7 favorite, so which means they are predicted to win this game. And I like the analytics as well. They're in Alabama's favor. I think Jalen Milroe and Alabama continue this up. But don't see one on Texas with Quinn Ewers, Xavier Worthy. Their offense still straight, but if Steve Sarkisian and Texas want to come into Tuscaloosa and win this game, they got a lot to do. You know, Nick Saban gonna have them boys ready to come out and play. They're gonna play hard. Last year, Alabama barely escaped with a win, but I feel like Alabama gets it this time, like for sure. All right, moving to the next game. We're gonna talk about Colorado versus Nebraska. Now, last week we saw Colorado knock off TCU, who was in national championship last year, and they were ranked 17. Colorado turned a lot of heads, and Dion, he kept all the receipts. So who y'all got for this game?
I got Colorado blowing Nebraska out. Nebraska is trash, bro. I don't know if anybody watched Nebraska and Minnesota game. Those are two teams that they're both not good.
Yeah. And that was an upset?
And that was an upset.
That was an upset? Really?
Yeah, like Nebraska is not good, bro. Nebraska can't win close games. They haven't won close games in a while. They just don't have the talent to do it. They do have Matt Rowe now, but those are not his guys in there. And we all watch Colorado and that offense that they got going. And I'm sorry, but who is stopping Shador, Travis Hunter, Dylan Edwards, and all them boys that they got? They just have too much firepower on them. And I don't think Nebraska could put the points up on the board to stay with them.
I'm going to definitely agree. Bob blowout. I feel like Dion comes out and makes a second statement, not only a big win, but now he gets a FBS blowout, a Power 5 blowout, not against a good team. Let's be real. Scott Frost did that school so bad when it comes to what he was supposed to do and the biggest hype around him. Matt Rule got to get in shift. I don't see them really doing anything for a minute. That's just a bad football team. And Colorado came out. They're ranked 22 in the nation now. So, you know, they're going to come out with that hype like they did week 1. And it's even more hype now. And they're just going to get the job done. So, I got a blowout win.
I like Colorado in this game as well. But according to ESPN Analytics, I'm looking at it right now, Nebraska has a 58% chance of winning. I don't see that how. I mean, I think Nebraska, they always fall on their face in the typical Nebraska moments, especially in Big Ten games. I don't like watching Nebraska play football. I like Matt Rule, went to a couple of his football camps when he was coaching at Temple, but I just see Dion or Buffaloes continue his momentum. I mean, they come in ranked number 22 after that big win in week 1. So we'll see if Dion and them can continue it, but I got them continuing it and defeating Nebraska as well.
Dion, keep that receipt too.
Yeah, please do. All right, next game, we're going to talk about Ole Miss versus Tulane. What y'all got?
That's actually a good one, top 25. That's two teams that's within the top 25. I went back and forth, but I'm definitely going to go with Tulane in this one. I think Tulane just has that firepower. They're the best team in the Group 5 conferences in the American Conference. I have this team making the New Year's 6 bowl game as well. And I think they get a big statement win over Ole Miss at home as well.
Man. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I'm going with Ole Miss. I really like Ole Miss as a football team, man. I feel like they grew last couple of years. They've gotten better. And I like them. I really do like Tulane, but I'm sorry, bro. Ole Miss, Jackson Dart is a star there. He's been playing pretty good. He's not the best quarterback, but he's definitely not the worst. I mean, if you ask me, his receiving core they're not mid, they're not the best, but they're not the worst. But he does have arguably the best running back in the nation. And, I mean, first team All-American, yeah, you know what he's going to do. So I'm going with Ole Miss. And I just can't wait to see this game. I feel like it's going to be a great one.
I was torn, honestly, with picking this game because, like Dennis said, you mentioned Jackson Dart. You mentioned one of the best running backs in college football. Receiving core for Ole Miss is solid. On the other side, I just like Michael Pratt, Jaquan Jackson, and Mekhi Hughes. I like them way more for some reason on this Tulane team. I just like them. And they come in ranked at number 24, rightfully so. I feel like they're going to continue to climb up the rankings. I feel like they sneak out a dub against Ole Miss in New Orleans this Saturday. I got Tulane. You're gonna see though. All right, for the fourth game, we're gonna talk about Texas A&M versus Miami.
I'm going with A&M. I do not believe in Miami. I'm sorry. Like, people could build up the hype on Miami. Miami just Miami. They always want to find a way to mess it up. They are fighting with Florida for the third best team in the state. In my opinion, they don't get the big name recruits like they should. They either go to Florida State or they leave in the state. So I'm going with A&M. I think A&M finally gets on track. Finally build on what they was trying to build on last year with that number one recruiting class, and Jimbo gets it done in Miami.
I'm gonna just piggyback off that. I'm going with A&M. I mean, I really feel like it shows what your team is when it comes to fans, because they're really offering free tickets to the next game if they buy A&M tickets. I mean, nobody wants to watch you guys.
Well, it's not even that. They don't even have a stadium at their school. Like, they play
Well,
at
yeah, they
Dolphin
don't. I mean,
Stadium.
yeah, they
They got
play a
Dolphin
Hard
Stadium.
Rock. They do play a Hard Rock, but I mean, tell Pitt fans that. Tell Pitt
They
fans
play
that. That's
they
all I'm
play a
gonna say.
Steelers stadium.
Pitt fans go crazy.
Here's the thing. This is the thing, though. There's no school in the nation that sells out their stadium, that sells out an NFL stadium. Temple don't, USF don't, Miami don't, Pitt don't. Like, none of them
I
schools
mean,
sell
yeah,
out
you
the
know how hard
stadium.
it is to do that.
Most college stadiums are bigger than NFL stadiums. That's the thing. Like, but they're
The
just.
teams that don't have their own field don't have the biggest fan base at the moment.
I mean, the part of the reason why the games don't sell out is because the stadium's not at the school. You know how many much more students and stuff, and people would go to the game if it was at the school. Like, if you got that school environment, like, no, it's
Yeah,
not
that's a
like.
fact. I'm going through the
Like,
same thing
I've
right
been
now.
I've been to USF games. I've been to Temple games. It does not compare to going to a UCF game or any or a game that's on a campus, a Rutgers game. When it's on a campus, you tailgate the whole, like, it's just a different atmosphere with it being at your schools compared to just being at an NFL stadium somewhere in the city. And I've been to the USF games where, like, you gotta drive 30 minutes just to get to the stadium. Not everybody about to do that.
Yeah. Either way, nobody wants to watch them play. Either way, whether they play in an NFL or NFL stadium or at home, they're not really too good of a football team that people are too hyped up about. I'm going with A&M, one of the best young rosters that you could get. They're just gonna keep getting better by year. I feel like Jimbo is one of them that's on the hot seat right now. He needs to win now, but I'm going with A&M.
I like A&M in this one as well. I feel like Miami's pass rush got to hit home if they want to beat A&M though. But again, I don't trust Miami. I don't trust them. Haven't trusted them for the past couple years because, like Khalil said, they always find a way to mess it up, and it's annoying to watch this team. Sometimes it's like cringy. So with that being said, I got A&M coming in at 23rd ranked in the nation. They're gonna pull this out and win. Our last game we're gonna talk about week 2 is Utah versus Baylor. We saw Utah get a pretty impressive win over an underwhelming Florida team in week 1. Can they carry it on against Baylor? What y'all think?
I think they get it done against Baylor. I think I think Baylor come out and look better than they did against Texas State, who they lost to 31-42. That was embarrassing. They should honestly be ashamed of themselves that they went out there and did what they did against Texas State. So I think some of that would be working for them. That come out with a new sense of urgency and energy. But I just think Utah gets it done. At the end of the day, they're just a better all-around team, in my opinion. Utah in this one. I got Utah. My bad.
Going with the same thing. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said it before, I was not impressed with Utah versus Florida. I feel like that Florida team was just too sloppy. They should have ran up the score. Yes, they didn't have this superstar quarterback, but your quarterback played decent enough. Your defense, your DBs need some help. But Baylor, I mean, there was definitely a way bigger disappointment than Utah was for me. I feel like Utah comes out week 2. Y'all seen what y'all need to fix to make y'all better. Pretty sure Cam Rising is coming back. It's going to be a pretty good game. I mean, to be honest, I see Utah running away with it. But I do like you said, Lil. I see Baylor coming out and playing at least better than they did against Texas State.
I got Utah in this one. I feel like Utah definitely is gonna win this game. They shocked the world. I mean, I picked against them in week 1 due to Cam Robinson being out, but I think Cam Robinson's gonna be back for this game. That's what I'm reading. Hopefully, we're gonna see if they can continue the momentum against Baylor. But I think Baylor was very disappointing in week 1 against Texas State. Like the pedigree between those two different programs are so different. You wouldn't expect Texas State to come in there and win. But hey, again, it's college football. Anything can happen. That's why we love this sport. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are our top 5 games going into week 2 for college football. Let us know what you think your top 5 games are for week 2 in college football. Let us know who y'all think is going to win these games that we listed. Let us know who y'all think is going to be very disappointing in week 2. Let us know what y'all think about Colorado and Utah. And let us know what y'all think about the game of the week, in our opinion, Texas versus Alabama. Let us know all that in the comment section. All right, moving to the third topic of the night. We're going to talk about UFC 293 this Saturday. A nice main card we're going to talk about. Let's get right into it. The first fight in the main card in the light heavyweight division, we got Tyson Pedro versus Anton Turkalj. I'm going to kick this one off. For this fight, I got Tyson Pedro. I think these are now, mind you, these are 2 fighters. Tyson Pedro is 9-4. Anton is 8-2. This is definitely a pick'em fight. I just like Tyson better than this one, honestly. I mean, just hopefully help him in light heavyweight division. This fight could be fireworks, has the potential to be fireworks, but we'll see. Anton's a pretty good takedown wrestler as well, so watch out for that. But regardless, I got Tyson winning.
I got Tyson Pedro as well. For Tyson, he's been up and down in the UFC since he's gotten there. Anton has lost 2 fights he's had 2 fights in the UFC. He's lost both of them, and this is in Tyson Pedro's backyard. And it's just something about when fighters fight in their home country, they just fight a little bit better. If you're an MMA fan, you watch UFC London or UFC Paris, like you just know, like home fighters just fight better in their home country.
I'm agree with both of y'all. I did want to go with Anton because I feel like he got something to prove. Like you said, he lost both of his fights in the UFC already. It's not looking too good, but he he actually has a point to prove now with fighting Tyson Pedro. But like you said, it's right in his backyard. He's gonna fight good because he's in his home. On top of that, I think I like Tyson Pedro a little bit better with the hands. I feel like this is gonna be a TKO. I don't think it's gonna go to round. I don't think it's gonna go to distance. But if it's gonna be a TKO, I like Tyson Pedro on the end of that.
All right, let's move on to the next fight. In the heavyweight division, we have Justin Tafa versus Austin Lane. I like Justin Tafa as a fighter, so I'm gonna go with him as this one. He's always been one of my favorites to watch. I feel like his just stand-up striking ability is just phenomenal, in my opinion. His last 5 fights, 2 of them, he's 2-2 with 1 no contest. But I feel like he definitely can get the dub in this one. So I got Justin Tafa. I'm going in with this.
So this is a rematch from a fight that happened a couple months ago in June. It actually ended in no decision, got stopped early. So they're just running it back now. But I'm going with Austin Lee in this one. I think he can use his length and his size to his advantage. As long as he, stay on the outside, don't let Justin Tafa get in close to him. He uses striking to his advantage. I think he comes out with the dub in this one.
I mean, I'm kind of on both sides, but I'm definitely gonna take Austin Lane in this. Like you said, Lil bro, his length is crazy. Pause. That's mad crazy. But he's definitely, I don't even know his way to put it. Like, he's definitely got size. He's definitely got size over Justin. Damn, bro, I can't put no way, bro.
You did it to yourself, my boy.
I was trying to figure it out. I didn't want to say he was bigger because that's mad crazy. I didn't want to say he was longer because that's mad crazy. Man, look, my only issue right now is Justin lands more shots. Like I said, if you go look at the stats, from the last fight. Justin Lin, 100% of his shots, even though it got stopped early, wasn't too long of a fight. But they're gonna run it back, and I like what I'm gonna get for Austin Lin. So I'm going with Austin Lin.
Bet. All right, let's move on to the next fight. Match number 3, flyweight division. We got Manel Cape versus Felipe dos Santos. I got Cape winning this. Now, we saw Cape and Adesanya getting into it at the press conference. That was kind of funny. Y'all can go look that up on UFC's Instagram, or you can look that up on YouTube. I just feel like Cape is just Dos Santos is 7-0. He's undefeated, but I feel like Cape's definitely going to give him a wake-up call. I mean, he's the big favorite in this fight by -400. I just feel like Cape gets this dub, but he's a better stand-up striker in my opinion. But we going to see. Maybe Dos Santos could sneak out a win, but I don't see it happening. So I got Cape winning this fight.
I'm going with Manel Cape too. He's ranked 10th in the UFC going into this fight, and we're talking about him fighting a guy who's 22 years old, who's never had a fight within the UFC, and then you're just going to throw him in an octagon with a guy that's ranked 10th in that division. I think Manel Cape is just going to show him what top 10 in any division looks like. That's a big jump. Not only one to jump from a lesser organization to the UFC, now you're jumping from that to a top 10 fighter. I got Manel Cape in this one.
I mean, I'm picking back off of that. I don't know what this was. No knock on Felipe, but this your debut, and they threw you in the main card against, like Lil said, the 10th ranked fighter in the UFC. You're gonna learn today. That's all I'm gonna say. Is you gonna learn today.
All right, now let's move into our co-main event. We're gonna jump back to the heavyweight division. We have Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov. This got potential to be fireworks. Depending on how the fight goes, though, this definitely gonna be a stand-up match for sure. With that being said, I'm gonna go with the underdog. I like Tai Tuivasa. Now, Volkov, he's been very, very impressive as of late. I mean, this will be his 47th fight in the UFC, as he's 36-10. Volkov's last 5 fights, he's 3-2. His last win came in March. But for some reason, Tuivasa, it's just, to me, he's exciting. He's exciting. His last 2 fights, he has lost. But his last fight was in December of last year. So we'll see if he can bounce back about 9 months later. I think he jumps back on top and gets a win in his division. So I got Tai Tuivasa winning this fight.
Yeah, I'm kind of piggyback off what you were saying. When you look at Tai Tuivasa, I think he's kind of in that realm of kind of like a Derrick Lewis round that, he's good. He's gonna be average to good guys, great guys as that as well. His last 2 fights, he lost to one Ciryl Gane, and it looks like the only people that could beat Ciryl Gane is Francis Ngannou and John Jones. Ciryl Gane beats everybody else up. So, and then you got Sergey Pavlovich, who is 18-1, who's just beat Curtis Blade. So he has good losses on his record, if that makes sense. So I think this is a fight that he goes out. The only issue is going to be for him is that, Volkov is 6'7". That's a big man to deal with. That's a tall man, but Tai Tuivasa has the power to put down any heavyweight. So I'm taking Tai Tuivasa by knockout on this one.
I'm gonna go against both of y'all, and I'm gonna go with Alexander. Look, Dave, you touched base on it before. He's 3-2 in his last 5. His losses was to great fighters. He lost to the same guy that Ty lost to. So I'm gonna be honest, bro. I really do feel like this is gonna have some fireworks. This is gonna be a great one. I mean, both of them, man. If you look, both of them are known for knocking people out. They both have power. Man, I'm gonna be honest. This is not going the distance. This is an ending, a TKO either way. Somebody's getting knocked out for sure. But I like Alexander in this one, man. So I'm gonna go against both of y'all, and I'm gonna go with who they think going to win.
All right, bet. All right, now let's move on into the main event of the evening, the middleweight division for the middleweight championship of the world. Got Israel Adesanya Stylebender versus Sean Strickland. Okay, there's been a lot of trash talk. Honestly, in this fight, it was supposed to be Dricus Du Plessis versus Adesanya, but Du Plessis suffered an injury. So Sean Strickland steps in. This can be a trap fight in a way. It can be. But honestly, in my opinion, I got Israel Adesanya. I'm not saying it's going to be a long shot, but I'm saying it's going to be by a long shot. But I see Izzy winning out via unanimous decision. I don't think Izzy's going to finish him, but if Izzy can't finish him, that would be impressive as well. Sean Strickland, again, he's one of those sneaky fighters. You got to watch out for him. But I feel like sometimes Sean Strickland can get like some unnecessary hype. Like a lot of people want him to beat Adesanya because they say Adesanya is cringy. But who cares if he cringe? Adesanya is one of the best fighters in the world. And I see Israel Adesanya retaining the middleweight championship.
Please don't fall for the hype. Don't.
Oh, I'm not.
Don't fall for the hype.
I'm not falling for hype.
I'm not going to sit here and hype Sean Strickland up at all. He's a solid fighter, but he's really not that good of a fighter when it comes to top competition out there. I mean, he lost to Jared Cannonier. You've seen what Izzy did to him. He lost to Alex Pereira. You've seen what Izzy did to him. So, like, I'm not going against Izzy. Like, let me know who's the real notable fighter on his record. Jack Hermanson, past his prime. Uriah Hall, way past his prime. Like, he can beat, solid fighter, but he cannot beat the best of the best. He cannot. And we're talking about the greatest middleweight ever, arguably. It's out of him and Anderson Silva. You take your pick, whoever you like. But I got Izzy winning this one, especially back home, back in his backyard. We seen him last time that he fought in Sydney was against Robert Whitaker, knocked him out. So I'm taking Izzy in this one by knockout as well.
And if you know me, I don't bet against Izzy. So off rip, you should already know I'm going with Izzy. But to talk about it a little bit, like you said, Lil, don't believe the hype. If you even just take a glimpse at his record, you could tell he's not a fight with the best type of guy. I'm gonna be honest. I like Sean Strickland. He could fight, but ready for Izzy, not at all. I'm upset that I'm not seeing Izzy in this Du Plessis fight. I really, really wanted to see that fight. So it's upsetting to see Sean Strickland even in there with Izzy because I don't feel like he's on his level at all. So
I don't even think Sean Strickland really don't deserve this fight, in my opinion.
Like, he don't.
If you really look at the guys that's in the division, he does not deserve the fight. The issue is there's nobody else to put him up against. You can't throw him in there with Robert Whitaker again. Dricus Du Plessis done backed out already. Like, there's just not that many people left. Jared Cannonier, you already see him fight Izzy. He's just the only one who didn't get a chance to fight Izzy, not named Dricus Du Plessis. So that's the only reason why I feel like he's in this spot. It's just because, like, there was nobody else to take that fight. Vettori just lost his last fight. So Costa's already booked. So he's just the next one.
All right, quick question before we end this topic off. We got golf fighter tonight. What fight you got for fight tonight?
I'm going with Todd and Alexander.
I second that.
I think I'm going Justin Taffa and Austin Lane.
Okay. That's probably second. That's probably second.
Oh, we got for performance tonight.
Ooh.
I think Izzy and Tai Tuivasa walk away with knockouts, so they both gonna get performance of the night.
I'm gonna say Izzy as well. I think Izzy gets performance of the night.
And I like Carlos Ulberg on the undercard to also get a performance of the night.
I can see that.
I'm going with Alexander Volk with the knockout win.
Okay, so you got that fight being fight night, and you got Alexander Volkov for performance tonight with that fight?
Yep.
Interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, we got a busy Saturday this week, but hey, make sure y'all tune in to UFC 293. In
We got a
Sydney,
busy weekend.
for real. In Sydney, Australia, said the main card will start at 7 p.m. I'm excited for this one. Adesanya versus Strickland, UFC 293. Let us know your predictions below in the comment section. Let us know who y'all think fight of night is going to be. Let us know who y'all think performance of the night is going to be. Y'all think Israel Adesanya has a slight chance of losing his belt? Let us know, please. All right. Moving to the last topic of the night, we're going to jump back to the NFL. We're going to finish off our top 10s with a bang. We're going to list our top 10 quarterbacks heading into the 2023 season. Again, the season will already have been started by the time we put this episode out, but we were a little bit behind, but we're catching up now. We're going to end it off tonight. So we're all going to list our one by one. We're going to list our top 10 quarterbacks and explain our reason and why.
Go first. All right, so my top 10 quarterbacks, mind you, this is going into 2023 season. So I had to go take a look at situations, players, even who they're playing. And I'm not going to lie, it was hard. It was tough, but I like my top 10, and I'm going with it. At number 10, Dave, shut your mouth. I got Derek Carr at number 10. First of all, find me a season where that man hasn't thrown over 3,500 yards. I mean, Lil, you touch base on it all the time. Derek Carr was the best thing for the Raiders in a long time. He took them to places that they ain't been in a long time. Yes, he had that season last year where it wasn't too good, but, I mean, you really believe in that head coach?
Oh, my bad. I fell asleep, bro. I was bored.
Oh, yeah, you got bored?
Bro,
You got bored?
bro.
Put
some respect on that man name, D1.
Derek
Carr
Carr
is trash.
Derek Carr is going to do great in New Orleans. I feel like he's going to get the job done. I feel like he's going to be the reason why the Saints actually can compete in the division. Derek Carr, number 10.
That division is weak. Please stop hyping that division up. That division, the worst division in the NFL.
I never
Yes, it
hyped
is.
I'm gonna say this.
bro.
I'm gonna say
Chill,
this so
man.
respectfully.
Come on, bro.
If you want to put stock in Deshaun Watson, you better put some stock in Derek Carr.
Deshaun Watson is miles better than Derek Carr. He just took a whole year off.
What has Deshaun Watson really done that Derek Carr?
I mean, what? Yeah, what did they do?
Been to the playoffs multiple times.
So have Derek Carr. He's been to the playoffs twice.
Deshaun has been to the playoffs like 3 or 4 times already in his career. Like, come on, stop. He's younger.
Last time
he's better.
Deshaun Watson started a whole season, he went 4-12. Don't forget,
bro. Before that, like,
and
stop,
last
bro.
year he went
3 times in a row.
Bro,
I want to hear.
Man, look, like I said, I got Derek Carr at number 10. At number 9, I got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has been one of the most consistent quarterbacks as far as stats goes, as far as getting his team involved. He can't get over the hump with wins. I don't know why. I feel like it's something more interior because I like Kirk Cousins. I feel like he's a great quarterback. And going into next year, he loses his running back. That was one of the most controversial things ever, if you ask me. Dalvin Cook is a top 10 running back, as y'all know from last episode, if you ask me. But he still brings in a superstar in Jordan Addison. I really feel like Jordan Addison is going to lead. Not really going to lead, but going to be one of the leading rookies as far as receivers go, being on the other side of arguably the best receiver in the game. And Kirk Cousins is going to have a big he's gonna have a big role to play in that success with both of them. So I got Kirk Cousins at number 9. At number 8, I got Justin Herbert. I love Justin Herbert. I would love to see him higher. But like I said, man, this list was tough for me. And the quarterbacks that I got above him, I feel like we're just put in a better situation offensively. But I got like Justin Herbert at number 8.
A better offensive situation than having a freaking pass first offensive coordinator.
Yo, I ain't gonna look. When y'all hear my number 7, I literally fluxed them back and forth.
It's still crazy, bro.
Bro, I like Justin Herbert, bro. I like him, bro. I really do. I really do like him. I'm gonna be honest.
Man, he's the second highest paid quarterback in the league right now, and you got him at number 8.
I do, bro. Look,
he got paid for a reason.
I like him, bro.
Mike Keenan, Allen Quentin, Justin, Austin Eckler, Gerald Everett,
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, my bad.
Nah, I like it, bro. Look, I like it, bro. but they just can't get over the hump. Y'all heard me say, y'all heard me in the last two topics. I told y'all I feel like they was gonna get the upset win over Miami in week 1. I really feel like that's gonna happen. But it's something, bro. It's something, bro. I like Justin Herbert though. I want to put him higher, but like I said, bro, this list was tough, and this is going into next season, and this is what I think I'm gonna feel. This is what I think I'm gonna see out of quarterbacks next season. I'm gonna be honest. At number 7, I got Josh Allen. I really wanted to put Justin Herbert over him. I'm gonna be honest, but you touch base on this again, Lil. They always look good during the season. Josh Allen literally only fades off when he hits the playoffs. He's just not a good playoff player, if you ask me. But during the season, Josh Allen, arguably a top 3 quarterback during the season. He just doesn't get it done in the playoffs, if you ask me. But for the same reason that Josh Allen is down there is the same reason that Justin Herbert's down there. I'm gonna be honest with you. But at number 6, I got Aaron Rodgers. A lot of people had Aaron Rodgers in their top 5. If you look at everybody's looks, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's gonna do better than who I got at number 5. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, but I'm not, as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the Jets. I feel like they're gonna have a great team, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. I don't feel like they're gonna run that division. I feel like they're gonna have a great chance of competing in that division. Why are you looking like that, Lil? Because I have not said anything spectacular about the Jets. So it's like I just like Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers connection.
I'm just trying to hit your list out, man. Let me hear your top 5.
For 5, I got Jalen Hurts. As much as I would put him higher, as much as I would want to, bro, I had to flex him between 5 and 6 again. That was a tough one for me. But I do still feel like with him having the best O-line in the game, having arguably the best receiving core, one of the best receiving cores in the game, he's still going to come out and he's going to do better than he did last year. I'm going to be honest with you. So Jalen Hurts at number 5. At number 4, I got Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is going into another year with Dougie P, and I want to see how that – I really feel like that's going to look so great. And if you ask me, if it wasn't for what the 3 players above him achieved already, I feel like he would have been higher than that. I mean, I feel like Lil, that was your that was your hot take for MVP next season. Trevor Lawrence, bro, I really feel like he's got the keys to do it. We're gonna see what we've been seeing from Trevor Lawrence in Clemson next season, and I can promise you that. Now, here's where it gets really, really, really mixy.
I gotta hear this, please. I gotta hear.
Here's where it gets really, really, really mixy. Because my number 3 would be everybody's number 2. But my number 3 is Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. But I'm gonna be honest, if you watch football and you know who Joe Burrow is, you know he's gonna put in work. I don't even gotta say much about him, but the reason I'm gonna say that is because my number 2 is Lamar Jackson. Now, Lamar Jackson is my hot take for MVP. I feel like he's gonna come out and he's gonna be one of the best quarterbacks, period. You gave that man weapons now. You gave that man his money. He's coming back healthy. He's coming back with a healthy team, except for Rashad Bateman. He just can't stay healthy. I don't know why. Bro, Lamar Jackson is going to be one of the best quarterbacks. If he's not better, he's not going to be better than number 1. Y'all know who number 1 is, and that's Pat Mahomes. But I got Lamar Jackson being the second best quarterback in the league next year, and I can promise that. So go ahead with y'all top 10 since everything is so contradictory.
All right.
They want just go.
Please, yeah. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go right into it. I'm not even gonna comment on his list, bro. This was crazy, but I'm gonna go into my top 10. At number 10, I got Dak Prescott. As much as I think he's barely a top 10 quarterback, I'm not doing this based off his past. I didn't think Dak, he is a top 10 quarterback. Let's be real. Last year, he struggled with interceptions and turnovers. I feel like this year he can be a bit better managing them. But we just got to see. But Dak got some weapons on offense over there. No matter what you think about Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott at the quarterback position, Dallas Cowboys will always be in somewhat of a winning position or in a playoff position. Last year they went to the playoffs. They made some noise a little bit into the second round. It was very abysmal to watch. But with that being said, still I got Dak Prescott. I feel like he's just right there at number 10, but he's barely holding on to that number 10 spot in my opinion. At number 9, I got Kirk Cousins, just like Dennis. I feel like Kirk Cousins, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just think Kirk Cousins is when in primetime, fix your face, Khalil. In primetime television, this man just can't put it together.
Serious, bro.
I'm serious. What the hell are you talking about? He better than Derek Carr. He better than Derek Carr.
So Dak Prescott is barely top 10, but you got Kirk Cousins over Dak? How?
Yes, Kirk Cousins. Yes.
How?
Yo, what?
Did you not see the last couple years Kirk Cousins has had?
What does Kirk do better than Dak? Name one thing Kirk do better than Dak.
He's more accurate with the football.
No.
He's more accurate with football. His IQ is better.
No.
Yeah, he's more accurate.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Justin Jefferson made a lot of bad throws look good last year. I don't want to hear that.
You giving me Dak in your top 5 vibes.
Yeah, he really is. Just like he had Trayvon Diggs in his top 3. Keep going. At number 8, I got Trevor Lawrence. Again, this is Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson year 2. I think T-Law is going to get only better. I mean, he's been a pretty good quarterback since rookie year. Saw some flaws rookie year, but I feel like he's polished those flaws and he's only going to get better. That offense over there in Jacksonville, they have a solid offense. Evan Ingram's probably going to be his number 1. I'm lying. Sorry. They brought up Calvin Ridley from Atlanta when Atlanta released him due to the whole betting situation. I just think T-Law, I don't think he's there yet. With all the other, I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a really good quarterback. I don't think he's better than the quarterbacks that I have above him. I'm just keeping it a buck. I know Dennis had him ranked at number 4, but I don't think he's up there yet. And number 7, I got Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, we saw a little bit of a drop off with him last year, just a little bit, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. I mean, that offense was just underwhelming. He had nobody he could trust last year. I feel like this year with the new look offense, got Garrett Wilson. Yeah, you bring over Alan Lazard. You got Elijah Moore as well. Breece Hall in the backfield, like Dalvin Cook as well. This team is going to be pretty good. This offense is going to be pretty goddamn good. Their offensive line is solid. I feel like Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, like they're going to make some noise this year. But I got him at number 7. I mean, he can get back to his MVP form that he did win MVP back-to-back in 2020 and 2021. I just don't see him getting back there. But I got him at number 7. And number 6, I got Lamar Jackson. Now, it was hard putting Lamar Jackson outside the top 5. Like, I got him in my number 5, like, right there. Only thing Lamar Jackson has over my number 5 is an MVP. But let's be real. When Lamar is playing, Baltimore is leading that division. What is wrong with you? Why you act like you got a COVID mask on? You good?
Dude,
you farted?
You giving me sick vibes right now.
I'm not sick. You one that's sick.
Sick vibes right now.
No,
you giving? I'm actually sick, but you sicker than me.
No. Now Lamar has a lot of weapons that Baltimore finally gave him. I'm so excited to see this. But I feel like he is a sleeper candidate for MVP. Respectfully, you gotta put some perspective on this man's name. Because like I just said, when he's healthy, Baltimore is winning that division. Baltimore is one of the best teams in the AFC. But I feel like by 5-1, they just a little bit better than him. I'm not saying it's miles better, but it's a bit better than him. As of right now, we have to see. Number 5, I got Jalen Hurts. Now, the questions with Jalen Hurts is, can he do it again? I think he can do it again. I know what you're going to say. Oh, like every quarterback needs a good receiver. Let's be real, or good to great receiver. But he has a great wide receiver duo. He has a top 5 tight end. He's the best O-line in football. Best defense. And who cares about all that? All right, it don't matter. The man still can produce. He still can put up numbers. We have quarterbacks that were trash that had all that and still couldn't win. But I'm not saying I'm an Eagles fan. I think Jalen Hurts has developed himself into a really good quarterback. We're going to see if he can put it together yet again. I'm excited to see what he does in 2023. Number 4, I got Justin Herbert. Now, the knack with Justin Herbert is that he can't win, but I feel like it's not his fault why he can't win. I feel like it's coaching, and an injury to the team the last couple years has set him back. Like, this man was throwing like 20 checkdowns a game. He was throwing hella passes behind the line of scrimmage, but he still got it done. He still put up numbers. He still kept his team in those games. I feel like he's not a game manager at all. He has one of the best arm talents in the NFL. He's tall. He can stay in the pocket. He's also athletic. People sleep on his athleticism. But Justin Herbert, if he can start winning and doing more, and he has Kellen Moore as his offensive coordinator, I feel like he's going to turn up. I feel like he's also a sleeper candidate for MVP.
Hold up. I'm going to explain my situation and get mad at me for putting him low.
Because Justin Herbert is not number 8. He's in the top 5.
Bro, I feel
sick.
like he has the talent to be in the top 5, but his situation sucks.
His situation has sucked for the past couple years. And look what he's done since his rookie year.
You can talk about the receivers all you want, bro, but who's the coaches? Who stays healthy? Keenan Allen hasn't played a full 17 games in how long? Like, come on. And that's his number 1.
The OC. He is tailor-made for Justin Herbert. In that
yeah, well, they do have a better – he does have a better OC coming in, but we don't know what that's going to look like yet.
I just think Justin Herbert's top 5, but again, I'm gonna continue. At number 3, I got Josh Allen. Now I'm putting respect on Josh Allen's name because what he has done for the Bills, he's definitely gotten better since his first 2 years in the NFL. I just think he's a bit overrated, honestly. I feel like he just can't get over that hump as a player. Everybody hypes the Bills every year to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, let's be real though. In 2021, he was 13 seconds away from arguably saying he was second best quarterback in the league. But Mahomes magic, obviously, but that was years ago. Ever since then, we've seen just Josh Allen like kind of regress a bit, just a tiny bit, especially last year. I mean, he was dealing with an elbow injury last year, but he didn't look too hot, especially when the middle of the season came. And then in the playoffs, he barely won. So but still, gotta put some respect on Josh Allen. I think he's the 3rd best quarterback in the league. At number 2, I got Joe Burrow. The man just got paid today. I think Joe Burrow is, I mean, he's the only one that's pretty much owned Patrick Mahomes out of all these quarterbacks. I mean, he's 3-1 against Mahomes. That's really great. But besides that, Joe Burrow, he's just a phenomenal quarterback. Accurate, got a pretty good arm. He's smart with the football. He's also sneaky athletic. He can run the ball as well. Don't forget about that. And Zach Taylor has custom made this Bengals offense to fit Joe Burrow to succeed. He's the best wide receiver trio in the league. He had a solid running back in Joe Mixon. The defense is still kind of but Joe Burrow pulls them out of the hole and gets them the necessary dubs. And number 1, obviously, I got Patrick Mahomes. You don't got to say too much about Patty. Best quarterback in the league by a mile. Does what he got to do. He has Hall of Fame numbers and accolades as it is already. And he's only 27, about to be 28 years old. So he's only going to get better. I feel like he's chasing Brady at this point, but that's my top 10.
He's gonna beat Brady.
All right, man. Let me give y'all the best top 10 now, because both y'all been on some bullshit. I don't know what y'all got going on, some more than others, but let me give it to y'all the right way. At number 10,
makeshift top 10.
At number 10, I got Kirk Cousins. Respectfully so. That's right where he should be. He's a great game manager. You know, he has the best receiver in the NFL with Justin Jefferson. I think Jordan Addison is going to be one of the best receivers out of this class too. That's going to help him out a lot. They did lose Dalvin Cook, which I think will hurt him a little bit, but you still have one of the best tight ends in the NFL as well, and TJ Hawkinson. So I think with all that talent around him, he's going to be exactly who Kirk Cousins has always been. He's going to win the 1 o'clock games and lose the 8 o'clock games. It's just how it goes. So at number 10, I got Kirk Cousins. At number 9, I got Ryan Dakota Prescott. Dak, he has some issues, especially with turning the ball over and stuff like that. But I don't get what's so funny, because at the end of the day, Dak Prescott wins games. At the end of the day, he finds a way to get it done. Yeah, he did lead the league in interceptions last year, but not all them interceptions was his fault. Put some respect on the drops that the receivers had. He had about 3-4 interceptions that hit receivers right in the hands and got tipped for interceptions. Look at the Jags game. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, Dak Prescott wins football games. He doesn't always get it done in the playoffs, but in a regular season, he wins football games. So at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And that's why he's better than Kirk Cousins, respectfully. At number 8, you got Aaron Rodgers with that new Jets offense and Garrett Wilson. That's probably his only big name receiver. He do have some receivers he's familiar with Randall Cobb and Alec Lazard that I think would be good. Their biggest question is going to be the offensive line. They're going to have to lean on that run game just to take some pressure off of Aaron Rodgers, because that offensive line is probably the worst offensive line he's ever played with. Because in Green Bay always has a pretty good offensive line. So they're going to have some work to do there. But Aaron Rodgers is still that guy. And I think him and Garrett Wilson is going to have a good connection this year. At number 7, I got Jalen Hurts. Respectfully, he had a very good season last year, his best season in the NFL by throwing 3,500 yards and 22 touchdowns. That was his best season by far that he's had. He do have the best offensive line in the NFL. The run game is amazing. He do have 2 good receivers with Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, so they're going to help him out a lot. And I was going back and forth between him at 6 and 7 at quarterback, but I just think my number 6 is just slightly better than Jalen Hurts. No knock on Jalen Hurts, but at number 6, I got Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson is just a little bit more dynamic and just a little bit more accurate with the football. He does have.
That's a lie.
What?
That's a lie.
What?
That's a lie.
What? How?
Jalen Hurts he's slightly better accurately.
Who has Lamar had that's comparable to Devontae Smith? Not even AJ Brown, just Devontae Smith.
That had nothing to do with your accuracy of the football, the way you throw it as a quarterback. Talk about receivers. You talk about tendencies as a quarterback.
He's slightly.
Man, I feel like y'all both not putting. I feel like y'all both not putting enough respect on my boy name. But
used to be, given the numbers that he put up, his best season was his MVP season. Every season besides his MVP season has been some issues. Hopefully he gets back on the right track with the new OC. He got Zay Flowers, Odell. I still don't think he has big name receivers, but he has good receivers, best receiving core he's ever had. But they're still not big name receivers. At number 5, I got Justin Herbert. Please put some respect on this man's name. I don't get how he's A for anything like that. He's thrown for over 4,300 passing yards every season he's been in the NFL. His worst touchdown, the least amount of touchdowns he's ever thrown was 25, which is better than Jalen Hurts' best year. Like, please put some respect on his name when you talk about him throwing the football, bro. I'm sorry. You get Kellen Moore. You got a big 3 receiver. You got a pass catching running back out the backfield. You got a very solid tight end in Gerald Everett. He's gonna put up big numbers. The only knock on him is that has not gotten done in the playoffs, because of all the stuff he's done in the regular season. His playoffs performances have been disappointing because of the numbers he put up during the regular season. Please put some respect on this man's name. I'm sorry. I don't like that type of disrespect. At number 4, I got Josh Allen. Another one for the past 3 years have thrown for over 4,000 yards, over 30, at least 35 touchdowns. And let's be real, he has one big name receiver. Gabe Davis. I like Gabe Davis. I'm a UCF fan. I've been watching Gabe Davis since college, but Gabe Davis is too inconsistent. The only consistent thing he has on the offensive side of the ball is Stephon Diggs. They didn't have a running game. The best runner on that team was him, and that's an issue that he even has to run the ball that much, given how good of a passer he is. So at number 4, I got Josh Allen. Number 3, I got Trevor Lawrence. I think he takes another step. This is year 2 within that offense of Dougie P. You wasn't on last episode, but I picked him to win MVP. Reason being, we've seen what Carson Wentz looked like. It's year 2 with Dougie P. And now you give him a Calvin Ridley. Christian Kirk had a good season. Evan Ingram looks good. Travis Etienne. Some people have him as a top 10 running back. I have him right outside my top 10, but some people have a top 10 running back. I think he takes that another step this year. Last year was his first year in that system. So now that he's more familiar with that system, he has a bona fide number 1 receiver. He has no choice but to elevate his game to another level. So I think I have him right now winning MVP. And some of the reasons being, number 2, I got Joe Burrow. I mean, what can we say? The man wins games at the end of the day. When a man plays football, the man wins football games. The only person that is comparable with him is Mahomes, and that's just because Mahomes is so great. But besides that, Joe Burrow pretty much beats everybody. Uh, I think the only issue with him this year, he got the banged up calf, so he's going to be a little hobbled. I don't know if he plays week 1. From the reports I'm hearing, he's probably is going to suit up week 1. He just got his money and stuff like that. $215 million guaranteed, $275 altogether. So I think he's going to be coming out well and rejuvenated. And we all know he has the best receiving core within the NFL. Number 1, don't even have to explain anything. Patrick Mahomes, probably going to be the future GOAT. They did just lose to the Lions week 1, but I don't put that loss on him. His receivers had a lot of drops, but this is a man that just made plays. Every time you watch him, the stuff he does, nobody else can do with a football. So that is my top 10 and the best top 10.
Oh, you swear you hold on. We just talk about this. You swear you have the best list every time, bro. I don't know. No.
What's wrong with my list? Name one thing that's wrong with my list.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't see Trevor Lawrence. I don't see Trevor. I see what you mean, like your reason, but I don't see Trevor Lawrence being top 3. Like, no.
Trevor Lawrence is definitely.
Did we not see what Carson Wentz did?
I love Trevor Lawrence. I love Trevor Lawrence, but I don't see him like making that big of a jump like y'all say he is, bro.
Bro, he finally has a number 1 receiver, something he hasn't had. He hasn't had a number 1 receiver. His rookie year, you throw that whole year away. That year was terrible. That year was horrible. You seen what he did last year with Christian Kirk being his number 1 receiver. And going into that season, everybody knocked him like, why is he getting this type of money? Like, he's not that good to be a number 1 receiver. And that's who his best option was. He helped Everett Ingram reach his full potential, the potential that he couldn't reach in New York. He elevates other people's game as well. And he's only getting better. Like, this is only his 3rd season. We got to remember that. Josh Allen didn't click till his 3rd season. We seen what he just did in the playoffs. Like, he's going to take a jump, especially with Dougie P. Dougie P just makes quarterbacks look good at the end of the day. So, I don't know about that.
All right, my whole thing is, here's my question. Like, yeah, he had injuries, but this man goes out and does everything everybody said he couldn't do and more with the lousy offense. And y'all still don't got no respect on him. Like,
you talking about Lamar?
Yeah.
I can't listen, respectfully so, I cannot put him against above any of those top 5 players because he's not nowhere near the pass of that. None of them top 5 players are.
And I don't see how you think Lamar is more of an accurate football thrower than Jalen Hurts. He's more dynamic and more athletic.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he is when it comes to accuracy. I think Jalen Hurts definitely has a bigger arm, stronger arm. But I'm sorry, bro.
I'm sorry.
Lamar puts it where it needs to be, bro.
Give Lamar that offense that Jalen Hurts got, and Lamar will go.
That's
stupid.
not, bro. Y'all keep making me saying, give stupid. This. What if this? Y'all keep saying, give this. What if this? Bro, it's not. Look, Lamar Jackson's general manager's fault. That's his VP's fault. That's their fault. The Eagles have built around their quarterback, and they did the right thing.
Listen,
they made it good for Jalen Hurts.
If we're not going to look at the circumstances, we're just going to look at the results. Put Jimmy G in the top 10 because you look what he did with San Fran. If we're going to just look at the results, put Brock Purdy up there. Brock Purdy was undefeated. No. In every game he finished, he undefeated. Put him in the top 10 then.
He's over. He's not.
All right, then we can't just look at the circumstances. Like, we have to take account of the circumstances that he's in. We don't give Brock Purdy credit. Why? Because he has Kyle Shanahan, George Kittle, Debo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey. Like, come on, bro. Come on. You got to look at
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I am going to tell y'all, though, I do definitely regret putting Justin Herbert that low.
Yeah, you will get some heat for that.
But it was a mix-up, bro. It was I didn't really know where to put him because I like him so much as a quarterback, but he just doesn't get it done winning.
And Josh Allen does?
During the regular season, yeah.
I mean, if we want to look at it like that, like Justin Herbert was made it to the playoffs one time, lost one game, and I mean Lamar, you got him at 3. He's only won one playoff game. He hasn't really been healthy recently, so like if we're going to take that in account too,
I mean, you say it yourself, bro. When Lamar's healthy, he's the best. The Ravens are the best team in that division. It shows. It shows what the Ravens are without him versus with him.
I get that too, but you also, when you look at Justin Herbert, his worst year, he threw for 4,300 yards.
That's a fact. That was his rookie year.
That's his worst year.
It's worse year.
That's a
Jalen
fact.
Hurts
Nah.
hasn't touched 4,000 yards.
Look,
He doesn't need to. We have a run-first offense, but don't you get?
We're talking about quarterback. We're talking about quarterback, though.
He's more of
We're
a
talking
dual
about,
threat.
we're talking about being a quarterback. We're talking about throwing the football and being a quarterback, right?
Bro,
So when we talk about being a quarterback, we're talking about throwing
the style of quarterback in everybody's offense darn near in the NFL is you basically almost have to be a dual threat quarterback. Almost fully. Yes, that's true.
No.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, bro.
No.
There's some quarterbacks that are still pro style quarterbacks in the NFL that's left, but majority of them, like 80% of them, are most of them can be considered dual threat quarterbacks. They have some athleticism or they can scramble.
Who's considered a dual threat quarterback?
Justin Herbert, Joe
No,
Burrow,
he's not a dual
Josh
threat
Allen.
quarterback. He's a
He
mobile
can run.
quarterback.
I didn't say he
he's
was
a mobile quarterback. He can
I didn't say he was a,
but he's not a dual threat.
I literally just said you have to be almost a dual threat quarterback.
No,
you have to be able to throw for the pocket, bro. All right,
bro. Every quarterback can move.
So if that's the case, if that's the case, then Kyler Murray's not a dual threat because Kyler Murray sucks.
Hey, real quick though, I ain't gonna lie.
Daniel Jones is not a dual threat either. He sucks.
Look, listen.
Next.
I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I got to put into this argument is I don't really see how Josh Allen is that much better than Jalen Hurts. I don't really feel like he's gonna be better than Jalen Hurts going into next year. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Because
I think Jalen Hurts gonna have a better season than Josh Allen.
In the last 3 seasons, Josh Allen lowest touchdown total was 35 passing touchdowns and 4,200 yards, which was this past season. That was that's been his worst season in the last 3 years.
I mean, go look at their pass to run percentage.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Bills don't have no freaking running back, bro. The Eagles are a running back by committee and their quarterback is running well. Why do you keep bringing up that, bro?
Not even just that. You brought it up yourself. He was their run game. Jalen Hurts was doing what he was doing rushing with us having a good run game with a solid Miles Sanders. Jalen Hurts was doing damn near the same thing that Josh Allen was doing with him by himself. I mean, receiving cores, when you talk about having an arguable top 5 receiver in the league, super consistent, AJ Brown, I feel like he's right outside of the top 5.
He is.
I mean, the number 2s, Smitty's definitely a number 1 receiver, wherever else he goes.
I can tell you Gabe Davis is nowhere near up there.
He not.
Not even
close. But I'm saying, just looking at it, then looking at the offense the way it's ran, I mean, look at the attempts. Look how many passes that Josh Allen actually throws, bro.
But if we're going to do that with him, you got to do the same thing with Mahomes. Because what Mahomes really got on, like, besides Travis Kelce, he doesn't have a big running game. I'm sorry,
bro. You not comparing nothing to Mahomes when this man just won a Super Bowl with all rookies. I'm just sorry.
Saying, you're talking about because the quarterback has to throw the football. Mahomes has to throw the football. Justin Herbert has to throw. Like, they have to. They have no choice, and they still can't stop him. They can't stop him. If you know what a team's gonna do and you still can't stop it, isn't that what makes you great? That's what makes Mahomes great. That's what makes Josh Allen great, Justin Herbert great, because you know they got to throw the football and they still can't stop him from throwing the football. At the end of the day,
I digress. I disagree with Mahomes. Not with Mahomes, but Josh Allen.
I really do like Josh Allen, but I really don't see the biggest difference between him and Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm telling you, I'm really telling you.
Other than the fact of what the OC calls.
Other than the fact that he's a better passer, I mean.
Not by that much, though, bro. He just throws the ball more. He has a stronger arm, but
can Jalen Hurts give me
35
passing touchdowns?
Their offense is run first. Can you please stop bringing up only passing touchdowns? I know that's a quarterback position, their job to throw the football, but in these days, bro, a lot of these quarterbacks can run and throw the ball. That's why I told you, most of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL can run and throw the ball. A lot of these quarterbacks that's left in the NFL, not too much of them are pro-style quarterbacks. There's not that many of them left, bro. So please stop saying that.
Bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are our top 10 quarterbacks. Let us know who y'all think we left outside the top 10. Let us know who y'all think had the best list. Let us know who y'all think had the worst list. Let us know what y'all think. Give us y'all opinions in the comment section below. But that is the end of episode 12. We appreciate y'all tuning in to Before the Horn podcast, whatever platform you're watching or listening on. Thank y'all for joining and listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe on this video. Please, hey, make sure y'all turn this up, man. We need y'all to turn up, bro. We almost there, bro. We need y'all to interact more with us on our socials, on our YouTube videos. We love putting this content out there, but we can't keep doing it if y'all not supporting it.
You know, for as little as $2 a month, you guys can do your part in supporting us and joining our Patreon. You know, we are self-funded, so we do work regular jobs, regular 9-to-5s. This is in our free time. This is at pretty late at night when we get this done, but we do it because we love it and we want to bring the content to y'all. So the support from the Patreon will really help us out. On top of that, we will be having merch soon. So if you want discounts or free merch, that's the best way to do it. And to interact with us personally, Patreon is the best way to go. So I really ask that you guys go and support us on our Patreon. Either way, we do appreciate every bit of support that we get.
Yes, sir. And follow us on all our social medias at Before the Horn Podcast on Instagram, Before the Horn Podcast on Twitter and TikTok. We're trying to get more content rolling out for you guys. We're just trying to figure out to roll out to you guys what you guys, would like and appreciate. We're working on a few things behind the scenes, but it will be coming soon. We appreciate all the love that we've been getting.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, we will be having more special guests on here. If y'all want to be a special guest, please DM or shoot us a text or email or DM us on our Instagrams or our personal Instagrams. Please do that. Again, we love having fans on here. We love interacting with you guys as well. Make sure y'all follow all our personal Instagrams. They are on the screen. They also are in the video description. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Whatever platform you're watching and listening on. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell your mamas about it, your daddies, your aunties, your sisters, your girlfriends, boyfriends. Tell everybody about this, man. And get us to 100 followers on Instagram. Get us to 100 subscribers on YouTube. Keep listening on Apple Music and Spotify. We need this support, man. We can't do this with y'all. Y'all wanted this. We putting it out there for y'all. Y'all got to help us get out there. So thank y'all for tuning in. But thank you all for tuning in on to episode 12. Y'all have a good night.
Put respect on Lamar's name.